Christmas, everyone. That was the incredibly talented, blessed, just amazing one and only Peter Hollins. Stieg, that is not some pansy singing. That there was truly beautiful. That is for many reasons my favorite Christmas song. And I love his rendition of it. And Peter Hollins has got range, he's got emotion. He does not, Stieg. Thank you very much for that. Merry Christmas. Um, but he just nails anything and everything that he does. He is one of my absolute favorites, and I thought that with us being 2 days away from Christmas, that would just really be a good way to kick things off and start. And if you haven't, Stieg, or anybody that's listening, I highly recommend his Misty Mountains rendition. He does an incredible job. He and, oh gosh, I'm gonna get his name wrong. Is it Tim Faust? I think is who he does it with. It's absolutely breathtaking. He does a solo rendition and he does the one with Tim Faust, and they are both incredible. He does stuff with Lindsey Sterling. He's got his own, he does so many collaborations. He seems like such a good guy, and he is uber talented. I'm blown away all the time. Like anytime I listen to him, I just love hearing his voice. Merry Christmas, Raj Williams. Nice to see you. Thank you so much. Oh, I hope it gets better. I think we're doing all right. Arendelle, I completely agree. Merry Christmas, Ray on VR. How are you? Oh man, loving the Sailor Moon stuff. FYI, just so you know. 1,000%. You're gonna be opening presents in 12 hours. The 24th is important up here in Norway. The 25th is nothing really. Okay. I celebrate 24th and 25th. So, interesting. 12 hours and you'll be opening presents. Not like you're counting though, right, Stieg? Well, ladies, gents, and bastards, I cannot, again, thank you enough for stopping by. And we are here to talk about perhaps the quintessential Christmas film. Really, I can't think of another film that really just knocks it out of the park and captures Christmas quite like It's a Wonderful Life. It's even to this day, it speaks to having ambitions and goals and dreams, and how life does not always go that way. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. And this story is so beautiful for the fact that he gets a chance to see his life, if he never lived it, how it affected others. The big one is his brother dies when he's just a child and never goes to war and never saves all those men and is never a war hero. The businesses, the bank closes, the businesses shutter up. It becomes his quaint little wonderful town basically turns into Vegas. It's like Sin City if he wasn't there to stand up and fight back and truly believe in what he's doing. And I think it's it's just so incredible. And I think for a lot of people the ending is actually kind of surprising. I mean, not that he's not grateful or humbled by the experience or anything like that, but could you imagine having that kind of power to see what would have happened if you'd never been born? What becomes of the wife that you never married, the children you never had, that like there comes a point where you're just like, wow, his wife would have, been this shuttered, feeble, terrified little librarian who never found happiness. None of your children are born, so they can't help guide or be there for any of their friends. Your brother, you know, died when he was little. It gives you an appreciation of everything that we take for granted. And I think that's really important this time of year, especially because it is very easy to get lost in the trimmings and the trappings and all of the commercialization of everything. So it's this is one of the most incredible Christmas stories ever. Just probably my favorite of all time. Arendelle, so it makes you depressed? Oh no, you can only remember the bad? Oh my gosh, Arendelle, I'm begging you, go back and watch this movie and watch it in its entirety because the ending is just so incredible where he realizes what he has, who he is, and even though he may not go down in the history books of the same way that maybe his brother will. And I think that's a fear we all sort of have because your name is really the only thing that about us that has the ability to be immortal and survive through eons of time. I mean, we're celebrating Jesus Christ 2021 years later. We're still talking about Cleopatra and Alexander the Great and Catherine the Great. And, so there are, excuse me, there's definitely names that I think that's sort of why a lot of people focus so much on them because it is the only way that we can really survive through time. But he realizes that just because his name might not be written in the history books, the reason other people's are is because of what he did and who he is. And that's especially humbling and beautiful, and he truly understands just what he means to all of these people when he thought that he was just this small town bum who got trapped and never did anything great with his life. Just watched it again last weekend. Such a beautiful movie. And then I got sad because I realized current day Hollywood could never make another film like this. Even if they tried, they'd get canceled. That is true. Isildur's Bane. Yes. Hello, Merry Christmas. And absolutely agree. This is a phenomenal film. Breathtaking, perfectly cast. Bastard, I saw your earlier comment where it would have been better with Humphrey Bogart. I'm gonna disagree with you on that. Jimmy Stewart nailed this role. It would not have been the same if he was not in it. There is simply no way around it. There's no possible way that this movie would have turned out even close to as good as it is. I'm not saying that Humphrey Bogart couldn't have done it or wasn't talented, but Jimmy Stewart he is George Bailey. Like there are no others. So I think I really this is just such a beautiful film. You can watch it any time of the year. It's just a good reminder as to what should matter and what Christmas is really about. And to not get so caught up in yourself and what's going on around you and sort of lose the meaning of Christmas and of your life. So I don't think that it's not healthy for people really to obsess about how history is going to remember you, because none of us know that answer, if we'll be remembered at all. And it's just it's more than just a feel good Christmas film. It's more than just a family Christmas film. It truly captures the essence of the human spirit and the Christmas spirit, and it puts it all on display. Insecurities, doubts, humiliations, exhaustion with routine, with not being where you wanted to be, not doing what you wanted to do, having all of these grand visions that never materialized, and feeling like everybody else around you has accomplished something, and how it just feels like the end of everything, because you can't see a way forward. You don't know what is going on, and you really just want to make it end. You just want to make it end. And to realize that you focused so much on everything you don't have and everything that's going wrong, you forgot who you really are and what you have accomplished to get where you are. Cuz you're more than the clothes you wear, you're more than the job you have. You have tenacity, you have spirit, you have drive, ambition, dreams, hunger, passion, love, doubts, fear, all of these things. And we all go through challenges. And depending on how you face them really speaks to who you are as a person. Um yes, Raj, the whole "I thought my life would turn out differently" thing. I cannot tell you how many times I have said that, where I never thought I would be here. I never thought I would do this. I thought this was going to go differently, or I thought I would be different, or I thought my life would be different. And this movie just it shows you, and the way that his daughter at the end, with the line, "Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings." And you have Clarence, and of course Clarence comes to mind. And you know, it's so his character, when I think my favorite scene with Clarence is when he stopped George from doing what he was going to do, and they go in to um the toll office there on the bridge, and George is like, "I wish I'd never been born." And Clarence is like, "Huh, all right. You've got your wish." And then like all you hear, like the wind raging and stuff like that, and you just like he rips open the door, and he goes, "You don't have to get that upset." He's yelling at God. If anybody was confused in that scene, God's like, "What are you doing?" I mean, like, he knows what he's doing, but he's basically yelling at, like, the higher angels. He goes, "You don't have to get that upset about it. The big guy sent me down here for a reason." So, like, he's yelling up at heaven. So I guess he's not yelling at God. He's yelling at heaven, because he's got bosses. And it's it's just so funny, and to have that sort of interaction. And then George is like, of course he's cynical and he doubts at first. And then he starts to see his life, and he starts to see his town. It's it's so it's so eye-opening. And yes, Arendelle York, yes, he stopped George by putting himself into danger, and and George's true character, his nature, George's nature came through because he is he is there for other people. He helps other people. That's what he's done his whole life. He dove in after his brother and saved his brother's life. He stayed behind. He helped work the pharmacy. He stopped the mixed up prescription. All of those things, and that's when he was just a kid. And he grew with that same tenacity for life and those same values and that same character who that same drive to help people and to be there for others. He is perhaps one of the strongest men in any film I have ever watched. And I think he speaks to a lot of not just men, but women who maybe have felt a little bit burnt out, don't really know what they're doing anymore, sort of spinning their wheels. And the fact that, gosh, we are talking decades of this movie just being in the top 3 Christmas films every year for most people. And this story, this incredible timeless story of overcoming and understanding and appreciation, and all of it happening at Christmas time, and realizing how much we really do have to be thankful and grateful for. And I absolutely love how committed Mary and George are. Like, their marriage, I am aware that it's a film marriage. I am aware. But just what they have, and how no matter what her female friends try to say or do or look down her nose at them, she never budges. She doesn't leave George's side. She worries about him constantly. She loves him. She never thinks of betraying him or leaving him to his own devices. Even in this scene here, it's she sees him. I think honestly in that scene, she was more scared because she saw him breaking and she had never seen him break before, and she doesn't know how to fix it. And so it's just it just makes you feel so good because it's life. Like, this is probably as real as it gets. I'm I, I don't think Hollywood has made anything even close to this before or since that truly captures everything in such a succinct manner that so many people understand and relate to. And we're all George in this movie. Like, all of us are him. Sometimes we're more him than other times, but no matter what, we are we're all at one point or another George Bailey. And it it doesn't matter that this that this film is one in black and white. Like, I remember the first time I told one of my best friends that this is my favorite movie, and she was like, "Well, I can't wait to get the colorized version." And I said, "Why?" I mean, it's so good in black and white. Why would you need it in color? And she's like, "Oh, I have such a hard time with black and white films." That makes no sense to me, but I mean, hey, more power to you. I really think that the black and white delivers something, I don't know, more powerful, I guess would be the best way that I could say that. Um, but I can't even say that this movie is, like I said before, it's so much more than a feel-good film. It's something that really speaks to the human soul and the human spirit and just builds you up from the inside out when you realize that everybody has those moments in their life. We all probably had at one time or another aspirations of greatness or dreams of being written down, going down in the history books. But, when we live the way we live our lives and the way that life goes, sometimes it's hardly ever what we imagined. And so to realize that you are probably exactly where you need to be at that moment is truly something special. We can all improve. There's all of course there's always things that we can do to improve ourselves. I'm not saying that we're perfect and that you're exactly where you need to be and you never need to move again. That's not at all what I'm saying. But I think when it comes down to it, when you realize everything that you've overcome and how much stronger it's made you, you recognize the blessings that you've built into your own life. And I just this film just nails all of that and then some. And it shows you what having commitment and dedication and fortitude really means and what it's capable of. So, Jaffa, Merry Christmas. Hello. This is why Capra was a master of the craft and Stewart and Donna Reed were a fantastic pairing. Agreed. They were spot on. I could not have asked for better casting. I loved the casting. I hate that we need to modernize it arguments. It's the same as this is the movie he always wanted to make. That's bollocks. You make with what you have. If you have black and white, you film in black and white. And you use your skills as a black and white filmmaker to bring out the best in your movie. Absolutely. Black and white film is incredible. Silent film was a thing for a long time. So there's just it truly comes down to the talent of your cast, but also your director. Like, they're guiding the ship. Hopefully they know what they're doing so they don't crash into an iceberg. Isildur's Bane. There's one other movie, I can't even say my own name. Lady Gravemaster. The greatest movie ever made. The Lord of the Rings, of course. They have everything. Friendship, struggle, endurance, love, and overcoming. They're fantastic. Agreed. It is far and away the greatest film trilogy I have ever had the pleasure of seeing. I am going to quickly get to your donations. Bastard for $5 says, It's a Wonderful Life would have been better with Bogart. Yep, there it is. So we touched on that. I'm going to vehemently disagree with you, Bastard. Sorry, not sorry. Raj Williams for 10 Canadian says, It's a Wonderful Life is the ultimate classic Christmas movie. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Raj. Thank you so much. I agree with you. If there are a few movies that you should never go the Christmas season without watching, and this is one of them. Absolutely. Cal G for $3. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas says, if this film doesn't pull on the heartstrings, then I don't know what will. Merry Christmas to the mods, Merry Christmas to the chat, and Merry Christmas to you and your whole family, lady. God bless and Godspeed. Thank you so much Oh, Calgie, that was so sweet. Merry Christmas to you and yours. God bless. That was fantastic. Yes, Die Hard is another one. So I think that The Santa Claus, Home Alone, It's a Wonderful Life, Miracle on 34th Street, and Die Hard, and probably the Lethal Weapon too, are all Christmas movies you just cannot go the season without watching. I watch Christmas movies like every free second that I get during the Christmas season. I love Christmas. I love Christmas movies. I love Christmas spirit. It's just, it really is the most wonderful time of the year. And I found where a lot of people are like, oh, well, everybody's into the commercialism and the shopping and the this and the that. And, it's not really the meaning of Christmas anymore. I think that that's sort of an unfair assessment. Again, I don't think you should get lost in the hustle and bustle of Christmas, and you should definitely remember your blessings and do all of those things to keep you grounded and to make you realize, like George Bailey, just how incredible and wonderful your life really is. But I don't see anything wrong with enjoying ice skating or hot cocoa or Christmas movies or Christmas cards or Christmas shopping even. Now, I'm not saying to the point where you're, giving people black eyes and whatnot, but there really isn't. I think as long as you don't turn it into keeping up with the Joneses and trying to outdo your neighbor consistently and constantly and running over each other, I wouldn't say that it's truly terrible. Father Christopher Miller, Merry Christmas. I will keep you in my prayers. Much love. Have a very blessed Christmas. I know you have to get ready for many services, so I'm thankful that you were able to stop by at all. So yes. Yes. I do want to thank everybody here in the chat. Thank you so much, you guys. These nostalgia streams are cathartic for me. I hope they're helpful and cathartic for you. I hope that you are rediscovering old friends, and if you haven't seen some of these films, I hope that it's helping you discover new material to watch from long ago. You are not beholden to things that have been made in the modern era. There is so much joy and storytelling and excitement to be found in the past and in previous renditions of film. There's so much, and I love that you guys join me here so that we can talk about it. So these aren't cringe streams, these aren't, angry streams or anything like that. This is really just to spend 30 to 45 minutes talking about something that I personally love that I hope you'll enjoy too. This is kind of consider it my recommendations and we just talk about it. There's so much greatness out there to enjoy. And I really hope that I maybe help you guys start uncovering some and finding some. Yes, Soul Assassin Christopher Lee has a metal Christmas album. There, I am convinced. I commented this on Steeg's Twitter the other day. I'm pretty sure there's nothing Christopher Lee could not do. The man was just incredible and insanely talented. The lady recommends. Now I'm not quite up there with the drinker, but yes, these are my personal recommendations. I will never put anything on these streams that I myself have not seen and do not love. These are pure enjoyment streams. That's what these are for. So I don't know what everybody has planned for Christmas. I will be hosting all of mine. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a crazy few days. I have a couple of surprises for you guys. I guess we could call it a Christmas present. Um, that you guys will get to see some of it tomorrow and some of it on Saturday, or maybe I'll drop the whole thing tomorrow. We'll have to see. I'll keep you on your toes. Face of Bo Andrew. This is your favorite film of all time. It is I do not blame you whatsoever. It is an incredible, incredible film. I know that everybody is probably insanely busy, and I'm just thankful that you guys spend as the time with me that you do. I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. Like I said, I will have a few surprises for you on the channel for Christmas. We'll call it your Christmas present. And I really, if you guys are feeling like you don't have the Christmas spirit, you aren't sure kind of where you're standing or what is going to be going on with you this season, especially with all of the craziness in the world. And trust me, I've seen my fair share of the crazy. I really recommend that you go watch this film and watch it in its entirety. Don't stop it halfway through. Not that you're going to want to, because it is that good. You will want to hang in there. But if you are feeling like you're having a blue Christmas, give It's a Wonderful Life a watch, and I can almost guarantee that your entire Christmas season will turn around. It is never too late to celebrate Christmas. I hope that it can stay in our hearts all year long. That would be fantastic. But Merry Christmas, Face of Bo Andrew. Your singing duet with Mr. Grave, with Lord Gravemaster doing Phantom of the Opera. Yay! No, not quite. But it's good to know that you still want that, Legioness. Soul Assassin. It's your mother's favorite next to Count of Monte Cristo. Hey, that is also a great one. I cannot fault you for that. Merry Christmas, Bastard. Merry Christmas, Raj Williams. I'm so happy that you love the discussions. Merry Christmas, Soul Assassin. All of you. Mudcrab, yeah, sing! I'll get demo. I'm not even monetized yet. I'll get my channel canceled before it ever starts. Oh my. I can. I will have to talk to Lord Gravemaster, and we'll have to, I guess, it's gonna just be it'll be a very random thing. I don't know when it'll drop, but for you guys, sure. Just that one music song, just that one music video, I guess. But I'm so jealous. It's supposed to be 70 here on Christmas, so that should tell you that I am somewhere in the South. And a very Merry Christmas to you, Adiga. Thank you so much for stopping by. Anonymous, Merry Christmas. Much love to you all. May the season of miracles rain many blessings down upon you. And I hope no matter what it looks like or who you're celebrating with, that you truly, truly feel the spirit of Christmas this year and appreciate everything that you have, and go into the new year with a refocused appreciation of all of your blessings. So, on that note, Merry Christmas. Much love to you all. I will see you next week for our last nostalgia live stream of the year. And much love to you all. Mwah. Bye, everyone.